Hi guys, this is part 2 of my dollar store Christmas junk journal challenge. And if you go on Kara Brandon's YouTube channel or Dear Julie YouTube channel, they're the host for this challenge. Now, I did do my cover and a few of my items, so I just want to show you. In the last video, I had a tea towel. So I took the tea towel and I covered my book. And this is what the journal looks like. If you remember, I had a Christmas seat cover cushion. This is it here, and it had 3 parts. It had the top fabric, it had a foam, and then it had a kind of a beige sheer on the bottom. So I took it apart. I used the tea towel for the front. I took, let's see, one of my tablets here, and I took off, not this one, but another one. I took off the back of the tablet and used that as my cover. Put the foam on top of the cardboard and then put the tea towel on top. Now my goal was to sew it and put this fabric on the back, but it didn't work because of the foam being so thick. See how thick it is? I really didn't want to try to jam it in my sewing machine. So what I did is I covered the front, and then I glued it. And then I took one of the paper bags here, and I took it apart and cut it to size, and I glued it on. I took 2 of the labels, the little labels here, and I glued it here, and the strings that were on the seat cushion, like this, I cut off, and I made the ties for the book. I think that came out pretty good. Now, it's really squishy, nice and squishy, because it has the foam in there. So I think that came out really good. All right. Second thing I made were some tags. Let's see. Okay. I made a little tag. Now I use one of the bags, and in the very bottom it has cardboard in here. So I opened it up, took the cardboard out, cut it like a little Christmas sock, covered it with some of the bag paper and some little pom-poms, and then I covered with some of the drawing paper from the tablet pack. So you can draw on the back, could put a picture on the front, so that's another item. Some of the bag that was left over, and I had the stickers, and each bag had ribbons on it, so I took that out, and I just cut it and used some of my scrap paper that I had cut off and made a little booklet. Took 2 holes, put the ribbon through, and tied it. So I'm going to glue that in my journal. I'm also making, from leftover scraps of the tea towel and the seat cushion, just kind of ruched it up, oh, whatever, gathered it up, and then sew it, and then I'm going to put it on, you know, the edge of the paper. Also did that. Let's see, what else did I make? Oh, I made something really, really cute, but I can't find. Oh, here it is. So I took some of the paper, and once again, I used the cardboard from the bottom of the bag, and then I covered it with some of the bag paper, and I just cut out strips here and strip here, and a strip over here to kind of make it look like a doghouse. This is I didn't have the nice flyer with the thick paper. I only can get the flyer that had mostly groceries in it, and it's the real thin paper, but it had the little Target dog. So I cut him out, and then I put some strips here to kind of make it 3D so it wasn't so flat. And then I glued 2 of the little appliques on the side, candy cane, put doghouse here, and I had some of the ribbon here, and some of the ribbon has little packages on it, so I just cut them out and put it there. Whoops. And I think that came out. I don't know why I can't. Okay. There it is. Wait a minute, it's gone. Right there. And it came out really cute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it as a tuck spot. I'm going to, not on my front of my book, but I'm going to put it on a page and just basically glue down here and maybe on the side. And then I could tuck things in here or paper or whatever. So I made that. Let me move this over. And then I made my first signature too. Now, I took one of the, let me show you. I bought the boxes for wrapping, and I measured my paper, what size I wanted my paper. And what I did is I laid the paper here as a guide, and I cut it out, right? And then, of course, I cut off the sides. So that made kind of like a nice, firm, little thicker than cardstock. And I left, like you have here, the only thing I left on it was the bottom piece. I cut the sides off and the top and the other side, and I left the bottom so I could glue the sides up. So you can have pockets here. And I sewed around, and I put a little bit of ribbon on the top because I accidentally cut it too short, so I needed to put the ribbon on the top. So that is, let's see, that's my signature, the cover, and then, here we go. Let me move all my junk over. This is also made from the paper bag, and I just cut out the paper bag. I have a lot of these round or square little tags that came on the packages. Like, let me show you. Like this. And that's what I'm just folding over and using as tabs on my signatures. And I glued a little pom-pom. And then I also bought, it's like garland. They're paper clips, little Christmas trees with garland. So I just took one off and I clipped it on here. Okay, and then once again, I used the drawing paper from the dollar store, used a little bit of the bag, gift bag here, made a little side pocket, took some of the material, let's see if I can find the material. Oh, my desk is so messy. Oh, here it is. This was the back. This is the back of the cushion seat. You had the foam in the middle. This was on top. And this was on the back. So I took a little piece of this and just gathered it up. You see that? And then I put it here like a little ruffle, and then I glued one of the stickers on there. And just has a lot of paper. What I'm going to use this for, I'm going to use this for sketching, drawing. Here's just a little of the advertisement. Like I said again, it was just basically food, clothes. It's really thin. I took some of the line paper and I glued, whoops, went fuzzy there, and I glued on the back. And then I just edged it with a little of the ribbon here. And once again, this is part of the bag that I had. This was really pretty. I like this with the glitter on it. And then, as you can see, it has the ribbon and the holes here. And that's basically what I did. Is I took it like that, cut it off, and then kept the ribbon on it and just tied it in a bow and knotted it. And then I have like a little mini signature right here. So again, I had some of the line paper, some gray paper. I took the cushion seat right here and I sewed it on actually one of the covers of the paper. And because it was so colorful, I just actually took some of the scrapbook paper and just covered where it had some writing on it. I thought this was, I left this on here, and this is some of the drawing paper. Made a pocket, put the tab on there with a little pom-pom ball. And I always, when I do my signatures, I always use either a heavy cardstock on the front and something heavy. So when I sew the signature on, if the paper's too thin, it'll tear. So I always use a thicker one here. So I think that's it for now. I'm going to make a couple more embellishments in here, make my second signature, and basically all I have to do is sew it together. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the front, because this is really colorful here. I don't know. And that's my only thing. I have to figure out what am I going to put like right here. And then on the side, I bought these Christmas trees. Let's see. Right here, I bought these Christmas tree ornaments. And I am going to hook it on the side of my journal with one of the light bulb safety pins, because I think if I left it on while I was sketching on it, it would probably drive me crazy with the bells. And that'll be my decoration on the side. But right here, I got to figure out what I'm going to put right here. So that's it until part 3. Thank you.